Hello and welcome to this Car Pod.
I'm Kenneth.
I'm Filippo.
And it's time to start with the news. The most important news story of the week is the Grand Tour. Filippo, tell us about this.
It's back.
It's back.
Amazon announced, leaked, whatever today, that there's 3 new hosts of the Grand Tour. We knew that the original trio had stopped for production. They weren't going to continue it, but they're bringing it back with 2 of our favorite YouTubers, and Todd Holland and James Engelsman.
That's an indictment of the third, but okay.
I don't know the third. I know Thomas and I know James. They're great. They've been here in the office. I love Throttle House. Their channel. I have no idea who the third person is. Zero.
He does. Doug, you want to tell him who he is?
Well, you've read the stories, right? You know who he is now.
Yeah, thank you.
But you don't know anything about him. Okay, all right. So
I'm a follower, to be clear.
They're rebooting Grand Tour. Grand Tour, Amazon show with Clarkson, Hammond, and May from the great Top Gear cast. They're gone. They're retired. They're off doing their own thing. Clarkson's got a farm and a pub. He's done. So they got Grand Tour and they got new people. We got Thomas and James from Throttle House, who apparently Filippo loves.
I do love them. Who doesn't love them? Everybody loves them.
And then also they got this fellow who looks for trains on TikTok. Now, in his name, he goes by Francis Bourgeois. Is that right? Do I have that right?
Yes. That's not his actual name.
His name is something different. Obviously, I know nothing about him either because I don't watch train content on TikTok. I know Ken, and I know that's big for you and Emily to do before bed.
Instagram, but yes, we like trains.
Oh, they cross post? Nice. Good.
They do cross post.
So anyway, this is going to be the reboot of the Grand Tour. Now, I think that everybody I've talked to has been pumped about Thomas and James because Throttle House is absolutely beloved and because they have such wonderful
awesome
on-screen chemistry.
Yeah.
These guys are from the GTA, as Filippo calls it, and
indeed the Greater Toronto area for the rest of our viewers.
Yeah, and they're great, and I couldn't be more excited for them. Truly, and I truly mean that. 3 years ago, I would have been jealous of them, but now I'm just excited for them. You can take that how you want. And then the third guy, we're not so sure. So I'm curious how this works. I think it'll be an interesting thing because first off, there's a lot of excitement around this show, but there's also a lot of pressure on this show.
Yeah,
and if you're into cars, I mean, this is essentially the continuation of Top Gear, which truly got a whole generation of people either into cars or more into cars. And so, there's a lot of pressure on like getting this right and doing a big thing. And it's especially pressureful if you're the train spotter fellow to come into an existing duo.
Yeah. It's tough.
And so Sean, who's our producer, who's somewhere, he's not here, God knows, unless. No.
He's not an elephant.
He thinks they might not do a 3-person show. It might be 2, and then the train spotter guy has his own. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see what they do with the format of this.
Sorry, go ahead, Ken.
It will be. I do have to say it's like the thing with the original trio, the Top Gear trio of Richard and Jeremy and James, was that their chemistry worked great regardless of whether or not they were doing that one gardening show they did, or they were doing Top Gear itself, or then they went and did the Grand Tour. People watch for those things. Now, I'm not saying that this won't be a success. I really like Thomas and James, and I think their chemistry is. Well, they're one of the most compelling duos in the automotive space, full stop, and have been for a long time now. But
yeah, I mean, I think probably the most compelling.
Probably the most compelling, yeah. And so I'm really curious to see how the show evolves. But to your point, anytime you have 3 people on screen, they get compared to Top Gear, including us. We get compared to the news segment quite a bit, and there is a tremendous amount of pressure. And I hope that. I don't know. We'll certainly see. I will absolutely watch it and check it out and definitely give it a chance. But I am curious the approach they take. I'm a little bit worried about how Amazon phrase things that they're much better because they get social media. And it's like, well, the trio was great because of the chemistry. People would watch them anywhere. Yeah. And so I think that I worry that Amazon has kind of ignored that because they want to keep this going.
That is actually a pretty good point because, it was the chemistry between those guys that was so great. Like you said, you don't want to get people just because they're younger. They appeal to YouTube or TikTok. I hope they've done a lot of screen testing with these guys to prove that they have some of that chemistry. And again, it's especially difficult, I think, for that third person to come into like an existing duo and maybe be so accepted, which is one of the reasons why maybe they're going to change up the format. I have no idea.
And let's be honest, don't forget, Top Gear did that themselves. Originally, James was brought in later to replace another guy. So it's not to say this hasn't happened in the history of that world. But nonetheless, I wish them nothing but success. I'm very excited to have another car show to watch, to be honest with you. So
let me ask you a question. They got 3 people. How come they didn't call us? Why didn't we get this phone call?
As you said, you're not jealous anymore. They know you don't want it enough. Just don't. You want to drive around in your Countach and your Courier GT.
What are you talking about? I'm ready to make good content. Look at this. Look at this.
It's the best content.
But you could also just like post pictures of Noodle on Instagram. That's great content. Just do that instead.
Look at the high quality content. I'm filming this from my production studio.
It's a beautiful production studio
with jackets
and an elephant.
Okay. I'm excited for Thomas James Grand Tour. Do we know when this is starting?
No, they haven't announced that many details, just who the host will be. We also don't know if they're going to change format, right? The Grand Tour could not copy directly Top Gear's format for legal reasons. They changed a bunch of times. Is it just going to be Grand Adventures? Is it going to be car reviews? It could be a lot of different things.
Have you
we'll see.
watched any of the Train Kids content, Filippo?
He did a video. He did a video with Chris Harris and a CLK DTM cabriolet.
That's not a
they went train spotting.
Oh, they went train spotting in the CLK.
What did you think? Did you watch that video, Kenan?
I did.
What'd you think of it?
Insane. I can't believe Chris Harris did that. It was wild. I mean, the choice of a CLK DTM cabriolet, insane. The Chris Harris, it was just it was like a fever dream that it all came together, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of interesting things about that video. Anyway.
Here at this Car Pod, we're friends on and off camera. One of the best parts of our week, every week, is our group car dinner. It's a tradition we never miss. And this week's sponsor, Cash App, has made the one awkward part of the night, splitting the bill, so much easier. Because let's be honest, splitting the bill used to suck. Everyone pulling out their wallets, trying to do the math while the waiter hovers, arguing over who's going to pay. It was always weirdly stressful. But once we all got on Cash App, everything changed. Now, one of us just picks up the tab, sends out the requests, and boom, everyone pays before we hit the road. No awkward IOUs, no I'll get you next time, just clean, quick, and done. And you can send payments down to the penny. We're always making dumb little challenges like, Kenan, I'll pay you $3.17 if you parallel park in one try. With Cash App, I haven't, but I can literally send exactly $3.17 on the spot. It's instant, it's specific, and honestly, it just makes stuff more fun. They've also got built-in protections. If something looks off, like you're about to send money to the wrong person, the wrong Kenan Rolson, Cash App will give you a heads up. It's like your money's got a personal bodyguard. If, for whatever reason, you don't already have Cash App, go download it now. Sign up, enter our code CARPOD, C-A-R-P-O-D, in your profile, send $5 to a friend, and you'll get $10 just for getting started. For a limited time only, new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real, there's no catch. Just download Cash App and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code, CARPOD, C-A-R-P-O-D, in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App.